Now, the Cork LGFA seniors rearranged Lidl National League Division 1 clash with Armagh takes place on Sunday, February 15th with a 1 p.m. throw-in as we record. This interview, a venue for that league game has yet to be confirmed, but it is going ahead, weather permitting, on Sunday. Glad to say that Cork LGFA senior captain Emma Cleary joins me on the Big Red Bench to preview the game and look back over what's been a positive start to the new season. Emma, you're very welcome back to the bench.
Thanks, Stuart. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you on again. Okay, last weekend, Cork were due to play Armagh up in Armagh, but the game was postponed. Can you just take us through what happened as a squad and how you found out and what happened afterwards?
Yeah, so we were due to travel up on the Saturday, with the game being at 1 o'clock on the Sunday. We kind of got wind of it all right on the Friday night that the pitch mightn't be available. I think the pitch we were playing on was quite close to Newry, and there was orange weather warnings above and down for the weekend and stuff. So we kind of had gotten wind, but we got confirmation then at around 9:30 on Saturday morning. So we kind of needed it early, because I suppose the likes of Anya Terry and even the girls from Clan and Castlehaven and stuff would be travelling up to meet us in Rochestown anyway. So we just trained as normal on Sunday morning instead, and just kind of preparing as normal this week now for the game on Sunday.
And yeah, that's the thing. This time of the year, you're going to get postponements. You see it, hurling and football as well at this time of the year. So I presume, like the more experienced players on the car panel like yourselves, you'd be, this is just something you just have to accept at this time of the year and anticipate. But it sounds like you just get on with business as normal. And how have the training gone since then?
Yeah, exactly. Sure, we even know even around Cork, like how tough it is to get pitches this time of year with the weather and stuff. So like we just had to get on with it, I suppose, when we found out. And we were due to have a break weekend next weekend anyway, so we kind of probably flipped the schedules around a little bit. So we had a heavy enough tough session now yesterday morning, and we'll just build into the game now this week.
Yes, in this particular game, Armagh, like they're coming into the game having lost 2-14 to 8 points to Waterford on the opening weekend. They bounced back to defeat Kildare, a team you drew with 13 points down in Kildare. They're always difficult to beat, as you well know. They may be short a few regulars like Cork at the moment as well, but the likes of Kelly Mallon, Aoife McCoy, Maeve Lennon have been scoring well in the early weeks of the new campaign. And then you've got the manager, Gregory McGonigal, who knows all about Cork, and he's faced Cork down through the years. This is going to be a tough test. It's another tough test for this new look Cork team, Emma, but that's the way it is in Division 1, and that's the way you want it right now.
Exactly, yeah. We definitely know it's never easy traveling up north to play those games. I suppose we've played Armagh away a few times now in Championship. I think even the All Ireland quarter final there a few years ago, we only beat them by a point above in Box IT. That day, they're always going to be a tough test, and as you said, they've real firepower up front at the moment. And even there, Lauren McConville, centre back, like I think she was player of the match the last day, like driving on and stuff as well. So they have a talented squad. And I suppose it's the results are kind of all over the place in Division 1 at the moment. You've teams beating teams that have been beaten by others, and I suppose kind of different results being thrown up that kind of it just emphasised the importance of every game, I suppose. And yeah, they'll be a very tough test, but we're really looking forward to it. And I suppose this weekend probably helps with the two Ashburn girls back who were playing on Sunday with UCC. So we've Aoife Healy and Leah back for this weekend, which is a plus for us.
Yeah, you mentioned there as well, life in Division 1. It's been a bit odd in the first couple of weeks of the new season. Waterford sitting top of the table, 3 wins out of three. And then Dublin at the opposite end without a win. Now, I know Dublin are experimenting and looking at a lot of players right now. And Waterford under Tomas McAteer, I know somebody you would have come across as well, going really well. But from Cork's point of view, Emma, 3 points out of four, the draw with Kildare and the win over Galway, positive steps all the way through it. I mean, like, if I'd have said to you at the start of the season, would you take 3 out of 4? Considering, again, all the young players that have come onto the panel, you'd have taken it?
Yeah, look, definitely. I suppose maybe the first day against Kildare, you could probably say maybe there was a bit of nerves there, and it was kind of our first home game, and we probably maybe put a bit too much pressure on ourselves. But I think we really just went out and expressed ourselves against Galway and put in a really good shift against Galway and really ground out that win. But look, 3 out of 4 points is a positive place to be at the moment. Like in the league, you just want to pick up as many points as possible, and it's not a bad return for the first two games anyway.
The new rules as well were the big talking point the last time we spoke before the season started because it was new to yourselves. You're finding time to, on the training pitch. 2 games into the National League, I've seen 2 different games from Cork. This is just my perspective now. You can agree or disagree. All out attack against Kildare. The new rules on show, solo and go. Everybody, as you said, first day out going a bit mad. Second day against Galway, a bit more measured, a bit more controlled defensively as well from Cork's point of view. But from the Cork captain's viewpoint, how are you finding adapting to the new rules, and do you think they've enhanced the game?
Yeah, look, they've definitely enhanced the game. As you said, yeah, we definitely improved maybe in the Galway game in terms of the rules. Like there is a lot of getting used to with them, and we're doing a lot of work in training with them as well. I suppose even the solo and go and stuff, even sometimes knowing like when you're in maybe a scoreable position like that, Katie can throw over a free, that you don't always have to do the solo and go. And I suppose there, even the last day against Galway, it's like we were a point up there with only a couple of minutes left, and they were looking for a 2-pointer, and the week before Kate Slevin had been putting over 2-pointers, so it was really important that we had to defend that arc, and it was kind of a different way of defending and stuff, so we had to manage that. So look, we're definitely not perfect at them yet, but I think as I said, we're doing a lot of work at them at training, but definitely enhancing the game and speeding it up and everything.
And you mentioned as well, like this is a time of the year where managers like to experiment with their lineups, and you've got a lot of different players coming onto the team. Just off the top of my head, you mentioned Leah Allen, who'll be back involved now. You've also got the likes of, oh, I don't know. I mean, you've got Amy Corcoran, you've had Katie Horgan, you've had Abby O'Mahony in the midfield, settling into the midfield now against Aoife Healy. You're on the 40 there with Grace Muraku from Neva Vaughan, another player who's shown up really well in the opening couple of matches. A different Cork setup and a different team to that was something you would have been used to over the last couple of years, but one that seems to be developing along nicely.
Yeah, definitely. Like there's loads of girls, as I said, putting their hands up at training. And to be fair to Joe, he's kind of going with the girls who are showing at training and stuff. Like you said there, like I think the likes of Amy Corcoran now is really coming into her own. This is probably her second season starting, and she was excellent. The last day against Galway, I thought even Said McGoldrick there as well, kind of finding her feet at centre back there, I thought was excellent as well the last day. So I think and as you said, we've had the team was kind of different from the first day out against Kildare, different girls getting different starts, and that's what you can do in the league, I suppose, which is great. But I think girls are really putting up their hands at training, and that's what you want.
It certainly is. Early stages of the Lidl National League Division 1 season, but Cork going very well. 3 points out of 4 on Sunday, February 15th. Cork will, for the second time, of asking, will travel up to Armagh to play their third round game. It's got a 1 p.m. throw-in. Don't know where the venue is just yet, but I'm sure they'll find one between now and then. But for now, all the best with that, Emma Cleary, to you and the Cork setup. And thanks very much for joining us here on the Big Red Bench.
Thanks a lot.